up, everybody? So in today's lesson, we're going to break down the solo to What Hurts the Most by Rascal Flatts. This song came out around 2006, I believe. I was in high school. I was probably a junior, so this takes me back to my high school days. So let's dive into this, and I'm going to show you how I play the solo, okay? This solo was originally written and played by Joe Don Rooney, one of the members of Rascal Flatts. He was their guitar player. So let's take a look at this, and I'll break it down for you. All right, so it's good to note what scale or that we're thinking out of, what chords we're playing over. So I'm thinking out of the F minor pentatonic. So if you know your E minor pentatonic box, we'll start down here. If you know the box down here, you know. Kind of that same box, but we move everything down one fret, down towards the body of the guitar. So now we have... Okay, so that's the fundamental pentatonic shape that we're thinking out of for this solo, okay? But we're doing it here, so let me play this first lick slow for you. So... Okay, so we're kind of using that same scale, but we're playing out of this shape. Right? That's kind of where we're playing from. So, let's look at this. So what we're doing here is we're sliding from the, what is this, the 8th fret to the 10th fret on the G string. Okay, and let me make a note before we get too far into this. I'm pretty sure on the record, when they played this, on the acoustic guitar anyway, they capoed one. And I think I saw an interview where Joe Don said that when they do this live, he plays this on a half a step down guitar. So he really does it out of the F sharp box. Okay, and so whatever we're doing here, you can just take it. If you want to do it that way, if you want to play it half step down, you can take everything and just move it down one fret towards the body of the guitar, okay? There's going to be no open strings in this lesson. But for today, we're going to be in standard. We're going to be playing out of our F minor pentatonic shape. So here we go. We've got... Okay. Also, I promise I'll get into this lesson here in a minute. It's also good to note that if you're thinking out of F minor, it's also the same as A flat major. Okay, so if you want to, you can think of this song in a minor key if you'd like to. You can think of it as the F minor. You can also think of it as a major key, the key of A flat, and you can think of the F minor as your 6th minor. Okay. Either way, whether you're playing major or minor, as long as you know the scale, it's the same scale, same pentatonic scale for either key, for the A flat major or the F minor. You just got to target the correct note for what chord you're playing over, okay? So let's get into this now. So once again, slowly, I'm sliding from 8 to 10 on G, okay? Then going to 8 on B, going to 9 on B, okay? Then to 11 on B, okay? And this is where I kind of differ a little from the record. He just goes... and he holds that note up, okay? I'm putting one extra note in here. I'm going back to the note that we kind of started our slide on here, which is the 8th fret of the G string. Okay, then I'm doing a pick rake there. Okay, it's not always clean. It's not really supposed to be clean, especially when you're playing this live in a live setting. I'm doing that pick rake to just dig into that string, right, and to hit that bend. So, okay, and here's where I'm also doing something different. I think on my version of this, I'm doing 2 bends here. I'm going, and I'm putting some vibrato on the note once I get it up to pitch. Okay, now you're bending this up to pitch, so I'm bending it up to that C note. There is where I'm bending it to. Okay, so you definitely want to get it all the way up to that pitch, and you can put some vibrato on it, or you can just leave it alone. Okay, I think that's kind of how he does it on the record, but the way I'm doing it. Okay, then I'm coming down, and coming to the 9th fret on the B string. 8th fret on the B string, hit it twice. I'm doing this little trill. Okay, I actually picked that up from Andy Wood, who played for Rascal Flatts, and he plays for Gary LeVox too. I picked that up from him, but also that interview I watched with Joe Don Rooney, he was doing the little trills as well. So those are just some cool things you can put in there that are not on the record. So once again, from the beginning. And that little trio right there, I'm just going from 8 to 9 on the B string. I'm doing a hammer on and a pull off really quick. And it's a really quick thing. And then I'm immediately sliding down to 6 on the B string. Okay? Then I go back into this lick. Let's see here. So I go back into that lick, but it's actually a little quicker. So let me play it again from the beginning. Okay, so what we do is we do the same kind of lick, but we're doing it faster this time. And this time we don't bend when we get to the 11th fret of the B. We slide to 13. So, but we do the same lick here where we slide from 8 to 10 on the G. Okay, then go to 8 on B, 9 on B, 11 on B. And then I slide it up to 13, okay? And then slide to 16. Now we're in this box here, just like I showed you down here. It's just an octave up. We're in this little pentatonic box. Right? So it's the same box as down here. Just up here. Okay? All right, so after we slide to 13, slide to 16, then I do a little bend. I'm just kind of slowly bending that up. And then I grab fret 13 on little E. So, okay. I'm also doing something a little different here as well. So I'm going, which I pulled this from Andy Wood, I think does this as well. And I think Joe Don Rooney also does this kind of thing too. Really, this kind of technique kind of goes back to like Dan Huff, some of those guys that played, you know, like the 80s rock and stuff in the studio. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing 13 on little E, playing 13 on B, playing 15 on little E, coming back to 13 on, so I'm coming back to 13 on B every time. Okay? After I play 15 little E and come back to 13 B, I'm going to 16 little E, and then coming back to 13 on B. And then I grab 15 on little E and I bend up a half a step. I'm bending up to that tone. Okay, I'm putting some vibrato on that note as well. And you don't want to overbend that. If you overbend that, sounds horrible. You've got to get these bends right in tune, okay? These are not some of these blues bends where you can just kind of, you know, bend a little sharper, a little flat, and it sounds okay. These bends need to be, you know, really precise. So put some vibrato on it, and then this last lick I do a little bit different also than the record. What I'm doing there is I'm coming to, and I'm going to try to play this slow. It's hard to slow these licks down. But I will have tabs. I don't think I told you that. I'll have tabs over on my Patreon page. Click the link in the description below and you can get over there. So, coming to 13 on little E, 16 on B, 13 on B. So, and then I grab 15 on the G string and bend it up just a little bit. So, right? After I bend up 15 on G, I grab 13 on B, come back to 15 on G, down to 13 on G. So, see. I think that's what I did there. So after I play 13 on G, I come down to 15 on D, play 15 on G, play 13 on G and bend it just a little bit, and resolve here to the it's an F note. It's the root of the F minor chord, which we're ending the solo on. Okay, so I play 15 on D, and then I'm doing just a quick slide from 13 to 15 on D. But you don't have to do that. You can just resolve here. So that last lick slow. Okay, cool. So there's the way I play that solo, and like I said, it's not note for note, just like the record. But I want to start doing this in some of my lessons. I want to start kind of showing you guys, showing you guys how I play these solos. And I don't play all of these solos note for note, just like the record. I've got to put a little bit of me into these solos as well, right? If I were playing for Rascal Flatts or for Gary LeVox, I know Rascal Flatts are not still together, but if I were playing for those guys and they wanted it note for note like the record, absolutely, I would learn it note for note like the record. But if I'm playing in cover bands, playing these songs, as long as it's okay with the artist, and as long as the part I'm playing serves the song, I don't want to step out and steal the show from the artist. I'm not trying to do that at all. But it's fun to always incorporate a little bit of yourself into these solos, So that's what I'm going to start doing. And, you definitely want to have a familiar start to the solo. You want to have, the melody part in there, or the main, if there's main solo licks in there, if there's a melody part, definitely play that. I'm not telling you to stray from the melodic licks and from the record that much, but it's okay to incorporate a little bit of yourself in there as well. Okay. Hope this lesson has been enjoyable for you guys. Please click the link down below. Go over to my Patreon page. I've got some cool stuff over there for you, and I'll have tabs for this lesson. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one.